What's up, fellas? So, had a loyal patron supporter that wanted me to talk about where do I think this social media age will end for women. Well, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not going to end well for them. Guys, this kind of reminds me of the old school D-boy. Y'all guys remember that old school D-boy in the Democrat Party? Now, let me explain what I mean. Let's do the Democrat Party first. Guys, I can tell you right now, most of the black community, men included, used to be Democrat. Then at some point, the Democrats started to go heavy pro-women. Probably because they the larger voting bloc, right? Women. So they probably like, hey, if we just get the women, well, we don't really need the men, right? So they started pushing a whole lot of policies to support women. And we just keep the female vote. Well, what they did was they alienated a lot of the male votes. So a lot of men who used to be Democrat back in the day are now more conservative. Now, guys, this was not an overnight process. This don't happen overnight. Believe All Women was how long ago? That was a few years ago. This is what, 10 years ago? I don't know when the Believe All Women shit. But even before that, they had a lot of stuff pro-women. The Democrat had the shit sold up. That's why back in the day, the conservatives, the Republican Party was fighting so hard to close the border. Now they still is, but you don't see them like hammering over it like they used to be. Because the Democrat done pushed so many men towards the Republican Party that it really don't matter. Y'all guys remember that when the Republicans was having to try to set voting lines, y'all said you can't vote past this line, this, that. The Republicans ain't even having to do none of that now. I'm sitting here telling y'all guys right now, anything outside of a heart attack, Donald Trump is going to become president. How is that possible? Well, the Democrats push so hard, women, that they basically just told men, we don't need your vote. You can go somewhere. We got our vote, got our block over here. Okay, you got your block. Now Donald Trump is going to be president. Congratulations. You played yourself, in the words of DJ Khaled. But that was a long time coming. That took a long time. That didn't happen overnight. Let's go to your D-boy. Do y'all guys remember 20 years ago or what? For all you guys my age, you know where I'm going. But for you young guys, let me educate you on something. Back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, the D-boys had the shit on lock. So you would go to the club, all the D-boys in there stunning. They in there showing out. You in there with your little $10 an hour check. Sitting there, ooh. The D-boys outside, this when the spoke D rims were popular. The spinner rims came after those. They put them on the Crown Vic. The Crown Vic had paint jobs and stuff like that. You sitting there in your old broke down $500 Chevy Caprice. They pull up in their new Crown Vic on rims, beat music. All the girls clamoring towards them. I can't help but think, where are those guys now? The reason I say all this, guys, the where I'm going with this is everything takes fruition. It just takes time. Y'all guys get what I'm saying? And so basically, I guarantee you, after Donald Trump mollywhopped that ass in November, Donald Trump gonna mollywhop that ass so bad, Donald Trump said, I ain't even doing no goddamn debates. Donald Trump said, I ain't even doing no debates. I ain't gonna campaign but once a month. That's how confident he is, because he knows the Democrat done a very damn good job of pushing men towards their way. Donald Trump said, I ain't even doing no debates. That's how bad he gonna whoop his ass. That's how bad he gonna mollywhop that ass. You know what's gonna happen? The Democrats are going to try to pivot back to men. Well, we're going to have to start making some laws for men because we ain't did nothing to help them. That's the way it works. That's the way it works. All the y'all kids today, I was in here watching a homeless documentary. Black guy. And he was explaining why he was homeless. And he basically was explaining, well, I'm homeless because I've been in and out of jail. So any of y'all guys know anything about jail, you don't get out there. They don't give you no condo and a Cadillac when you get out of jail and a $50,000 money market account. They give you a foot in the ass and a bus ticket. They don't call no mansion. They don't call no house. Hey, here go your time card. You started this job on. You get nothing. Get your ass out of here. That's what you get. A foot in the ass. That's why you're homeless. Got to keep starting over. Now, he didn't say what he went in and out of jail for, but you ain't in and out of jail for murder. They don't let murderers in and out of jail, except if your name ain't OJ. You ain't in and out of jail for grape. They don't let you in and out of jail for that. They don't let you in and out of jail for bank robberies. So more than likely, what is he in and out of jail for? Probably drugs. Now, he could be in and out of jail for property crimes, breaking into somebody's car, stealing their CD, or, a burglary, a home burglary or something when nobody's at home. But you ain't doing no violent crimes in and out of jail, except if you're in California, New York. You probably could get away in and out of jail for murder in California, New York. We know those shitholes. But anyway, the point being is, he's a perfect example of why this generation of guys ain't clamoring to be trap stars like the previous generation. Because you see it's a dead end at some point. You see it. We see Big Meech. Any of y'all guys seen Frank Lucas, American Gangster? Any of y'all seen the end of that movie? At the very end of the movie, how did he get out of jail? Just standing there looking, he ain't got nothing. So we got visuals as to this lifestyle doesn't lead to nothing productive. But you need those visuals. We need those guinea pigs to show us. Now we got some visuals to see that ain't how I want to end up. So then when a person sees that ain't how I want to end up, what they do? They pivot. Watch the Democrat Party pivot at some point. Watch. I guarantee y'all. If I'm still on YouTube 5-10 years from now making videos, I want you guys, you're going to say, AMS, you said it. They're going to pivot. They're going to start making laws to making it fair for men. They're going to make it harder for women to put false accusations on men. Watch what I tell you. They're going to pivot. They got to get your vote some type of way. They thought they ain't need your vote. Watch they pivot. And women going to pivot too. So I'm going to go through my list exactly how I think this going to play out, guys. Because I don't want to forget now. When I try to do them talking off the top of my head, I tend to would forget one every now and then. I probably could do it off the top of my head, but I just want to make sure I don't forget nothing. All right. Number one, guys. This generation will continue to be delusional towards the average man, right? So the average man will continue to go on his own way and just bettering himself. Like I said, guys, this is not going to be an overnight process, unfortunately. So if you're a young man right now, you're dap smack in the social media age and you're fucked. If you're a 23-year-old virgin right now, and you ain't a gangbanger, you probably are fucked. You're a 23-year-old educated lame, as women like to say, particularly black women, educated, lame. You ain't got swag. You ain't shot 3 people last week. You ain't King Von. You probably gonna be fucked for the foreseeable future, unfortunately, guys, because none of this shit happens overnight. This is going to take 20, 30, 40 years before women pivot. All right, guys? So I want y'all guys, I'm going to be honest with y'all guys. Before I go any further, I'm telling you right now, y'all guys mark my words, and I definitely probably be long off YouTube by then. But I'm telling you right now, I hope to be alive by then, but 30, 40 years from now, I honestly think the social media age is going to be one of those footnotes in history that was so pivotal to like history. Right there with the civil rights movement, right there with the crack era. Like if you Google crack era, you got a Wikipedia page. If you Google civil rights, I think in the title of the Wikipedia page is going to be the effects that social media had on dating era. I think that's what this is headed to. Just like prohibition, like all these type of things where you hear and how a lot of gangsters got rich doing prohibition. I think the social media age is going to have that type of footnote in history. That's what I honestly feel. Just like you can Google the O.J. Simpson trial and all this, the social media age, the dating effects of the social media age, 30, 40, 50 years from now, schools going to teach that to 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 6th, 7th graders. I guarantee you, just like the Aztec Indians, this is going to be the era where you see the less marriages, the more lonely men, the more monetary relationships, transactional relationships, billions of dollars of profit being made on matchmakers, dating apps. I think this is a pivotal point in history. That's how I honestly feel about that, guys. I honestly feel they're gonna do scientific studies on this and say, wow, marriage plummeted, relationships plummeted, sex work increased, profits made by dating apps and using men for resources skyrocketed. I honestly, $1 billion industry right now. Women don't want to fuck you. They want your money on OnlyFans. It's good. Paybacks are coming. Next, guys, this generation of women will eventually grow older. Now they're becoming the Democrat Party. Now they're becoming the drug dealer who was the kingpin back in the day, who had all the cars. Now he's did a bid in jail, and now he's got 2 strikes, and now he's like, if I get caught one more time, I'm never getting out of jail. The Democrats are like, well, now, we need men. We just can't rely on women. We need some men to vote for us too. We need to put some policies in place that even the playing field. No woman should be able to just sue a man and he liquidate all his assets. It's just ridiculous. Y'all guys know it's not fair. The lawmakers have to put something in place that say, woman, if you get caught lying, you on the hook for that lawsuit. Get rid of that goddamn grape shield shit where a woman can accuse you and she hides under anonymity. And you is all in the papers. You know what? You can keep it. But put the man in anonymity too. Also, keep him anonymous too until after the shit we get it sorted out. No woman should be able to come forward and sue Michael Jordan for something he did 40 years ago. And this ain't happened, guys. I'm just using Michael as an example, right? For 40 years ago, while she hides under she's anonymous. Okay, she can stay anonymous. Okay, cool. He should be anonymous too until this gets settled. Cool. You want to keep her anonymous because she might be embarrassed? Cool. I'm embarrassed too. Keep me anonymous too. Fair is fair. No, we can't do that. No, we can't do that. We got to put you all over the papers. A woman, do any of y'all guys know who the woman name is who told on Michael Irvin, even though he's been proven innocent? The video proving, we still don't know who the fuck she was. We don't know who she was. No, we can't do that. Even though she got caught lying, the Democrats like that. So until they start putting some policies in place for men, they ass gonna stay getting mollywopped, and I hope they ass stay getting mollywopped. And I'm going to laugh when Donald Trump mollywop their ass. Because, guys, I can't be the only one that when you bring a woman home, you literally got to worry about, oh, is she going to false accuse me? I can't be the only one. I cannot be the only one that thinks that. She going to false accuse me? We got to go through 8 stages just to protect ourselves now. We got to text her when she get home. We got to keep communication with her. We got to screenshot it. Got to keep receipts. This is fucking ridiculous. And I, for one, am tired of it. I'm, for one, tired of it. Main chick I deal with now, she said, she works in human resources. She said, so one of the women up there just went and told that one of the delivery drivers, she said she felt he over-sexualized her. She said something about he gave her a compliment and she felt it was over-sexualized. They called his company and told him he can't come back out there no more. This is the ridiculousness that he didn't touch anything. He gave her a compliment. She felt that it was overly sexually subjective. And so they called his company and said, don't have him deliver nothing out there no more. This is the ridiculousness that we dealing with. I don't know if he got fired or what, but he couldn't come back out there no more. This is what we dealing with. That's too much power. And I said all that to say this. It's why Donald Trump gonna mollywop that ass come November. Next, guys. So they will grow older. Next, guys, most would be, once they're older, they would grow childless and husbandless, causing a lot of them to go into depression due to loneliness. So what's going to happen, guys, the way this works is you see that homeless, and I'm just going to say ex-drug dealer guy. I'm just going to say that's what he did because let's just take that as that. You see how now all his value is gone as a man. He don't got no money, no resources. So his value as a man is depleted. Once a woman get older, while she's able to run this field when she's 20 and 30, and some can keep it up to their 40, what are we going to do about 55? What are we going to do about that? You're still relatively a young woman. A lot of women live 75, 80, 85. Women live a lot longer than men. So it's very easy. You can live another 25, 30 years easily. Take care of yourself. Go get your cancer screening. Go to the doctor and get your checkups. Very easily, a woman can live 80 to 80, 85. Advances in medicine. What are we going to do about them last 25, 30 years? See, now you don't got the sexual market value to go out there and attract a decent quality candidate. So the depression comes from, guys, when you're able to have something and then now you can't have that. That's where the depression comes in. One of the most depressing times in my life, guys, was when I lost that cone factory job. And I remember that trying to go get jobs after that was paying half of that. So that cone factory job, I can't remember exact what it was. I can't remember. It was $13, $14, or $15 an hour. It was somewhere in there. After I lost that job, I'm going out to these other jobs and they want to pay me $7 or $8 an hour. Basically half of what I was making. I was depressed as hell. I couldn't even work them jobs. I was so depressed that I couldn't get back to making what I was making at that cone factory job, which was Genpack, by the way, that I was pissed off. I was kind of depressed. I didn't even want to work new jobs. And this one I was living with my auntie because I couldn't get what I had previously. Well, as a woman who's 25, 35, you're able to attract, good quality men. Now at 55, you ain't got no kids. You've been doing that sex work, transactional relationship shit all through your youth. Now you're 55, a lot of them are going to be childless and husbandless. And now you don't even got that sexual market value to go and get you a good quality man. So you got to reduce yourself to becoming a quote unquote sugar mama or dating a man who ain't really got shit going for himself. I'll be depressed too. And this is when the shit's going to start pivoting. The same way I tell y'all guys with the Democrat Party, the same way they're going to start pivoting when they see they lost a lot of the black male votes. It's the same way that a lot of the younger women coming up, they're going to have something, they're going to look and they're going to say, I don't want to be like that. So what I anticipate, guys, 20, 30, 40 years from now, I anticipate CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, all running segments on lonely middle-aged women. Y'all guys know the same way they doing these studies now on the rise of sexless men? Y'all see all these documentaries now, sexless men, the rise of incels, sexless men. See them all the time, right? School shootings, sexless men. Mass shootings, sexless men. You see how that's a big talking point now? I think 30 years from now, when this generation of women now, that 25-year-old girl who now she's on social media and just wants attention and transactional sex work, 30 years from now, she's going to be childless and husbandless, and she's going to be a case study. That's what's going to happen. And 30 years from now, when girls of the next generation see that woman, that's when women going to say, you know what? I better not goddamn spend all my youth twirling around thinking I'm going to be young forever. I better not use all my youth chasing after high value men who just want to play and play and play and play. They values and they money. They gonna stay good. My ass the one that's getting old. My ass the one that gotta have a child by 45. Or I'm gonna be just like those women that I saw on CNN and Fox News last night. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be TV shows on middle-aged, childless, husbandless women who are battling depression. And it's gonna be this generation of young women, but this is gonna take time. So you guys are pretty much fucked. Right? You guys are pretty much fucked. It's just the way it is, because people don't believe shit until they see it. So as much as Kevin Samuels wanted to preach this, as much as I see some other guys in the manosphere preach this, I see a lot of guys in the manosphere preach this, talk this, and say this, women go in one ear and out the other, because they don't believe shit stink. But that next generation, when they go and see these documentaries, they gonna know shit stink, because they gonna see it. Okay, guys? So you young guys are battling the depression now because you can't get women because they all chasing older, more successful men because they want monetary relationship. You have no value to them. They don't want to build with you. You're a loser. You're a dusty. They don't want you. That's what they classify you as, a dusty. Well, I'm an engineer. Yeah, but you just started. You check back in 10 years when you at the peak, when you making $300,000 a year. Now you just making 65. Check back in 10, 15 years. That's how they treat you. But payback's a bitch, guys. So that's how I see it ending, guys. But it's going to take a generation. All right, guys. I'll get back with you guys later.